Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am so pleasantly surprised with how my makeup turned out today. It is not anything super spectacular, but I wanted to play with some of the cool tones that I have in my makeup collection, and I wanted to do something a little bit flirty and fun for spring/summertime. And this is what I came up with. So we're working with some really beautiful pinks on the lips and the cheeks, and then we have some kind of cool tone grayish purple taupey shades on the lid. So I'm so excited for this makeup tutorial. I hope that you have fun and enjoy, and I will see you very shortly. Okay, so first off, I'm going in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Haven't used this in a hot minute. Woo! So I really like this spray because it helps to keep things like a little bit tacky and sticky on the skin, while also adding in a little bit of extra moisture, which my skin needs right now. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm pretty, well, in person, I'm pretty dark. I'm close to the darkest that I get. I've been going to the pool a lot lately. It's been a blast. All right, next up, going in with the Josie Maran Vibrancy Fluid Foundation. This one's the shade Awakened. I haven't used this in a while, but I remember it being one of my favorite foundations, so I'm excited to see if I still like it or if I hate it. So I'm going to be using my damp beauty sponge to buff this into my skin. Oh, hello. That's like a perfect match, actually. Yeah, I knew that this was more of my tan shade. So my husband and I went and saw Avengers Endgame yesterday. We went with my sister, and it was so good. I don't know if I've talked about it a lot here on my channel, but Lord of the Rings is by far my favorite movie, book, series, everything. I'm obsessed with it, and there is a scene in Avengers where I'm just like, oh my God, this compares to how I felt whenever I watched Two Towers, Lord of the Rings. So if you haven't seen it and you like the Marvel superhero movies, I would definitely recommend seeing it in theaters. And it was so great because at least the theater that we went to, everyone was incredibly respectful. I think it was like all of the hardcore fans, so no one was, you know, on their phones or being obnoxious and all of that, because it was kind of like, okay, this is a serious moment. This is the last, you know, episode in the series of movies. So it was pretty amazing. It was so much fun. Highly recommend it. Oh, this is literally my color, you guys. I'm so excited. And I know that this is like a super dewy foundation, so I will be setting it with powder. But so far it's setting really nicely on my skin. All right, so I'm just gonna be using the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay to conceal underneath my eyeballs. Bring it down a little bit. And then I will use this also to conceal my eyelids. So I'm gonna be honest, I feel a little confused about what to do here with my channel. I love makeup tutorials. It is like my favorite kind of video to watch other than monthly favorites. But I feel like the beauty community has just changed so much. And I think in part just because it's like so many people have become really, really big. But at the same time, it's also like the demand has changed too. So I'm not really sure what people want to see anymore. You know, like, do people still care about simple makeup tutorials like this? Or do people kind of want to see more like crazy dramatic tutorials? And honestly, I'm just not talented enough to do that sort of thing with makeup. Like I know makeup, but some of the stuff that I've seen is just, it's a whole another level, to be completely honest with you. So I don't know. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts and your input. So let me know down below in the comments, like, what are your favorite kind of videos to watch? And I will say, disclaimer, that I'm not going to be purchasing a ton of makeup. So doing like new reviews, things like that isn't really up my alley. And I'm also not going to be getting any products anytime soon in terms of like PR, because my channel is just not big enough for that. So I'm just curious, let me know what your favorite kind of videos are. I think I'm going to be doing Project Pan again, just because, I don't know, I really enjoy the idea of it. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be filming that for Wednesday. So let me know if you enjoy those kinds of videos or what you're feeling right now. But anyways, I'm taking the Cover FX powder on my damp beauty sponge, and I'm just going to very lightly kind of press this into the skin, just because this is such a dewy foundation. I really don't want it to slip and slide all over my face, especially because I've been a little bit oily in my T-zone lately. So just very, very lightly pressing this in. And sometimes when I do this, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't really blend well. Like, you'll kind of see right here, I have to really go over it a couple of times for it to stay. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I don't think my skin has ever looked this flawless before while wearing foundation. Like, I am shocked right now about how much this looks like my skin, but just like with no problems. So that feels really exciting. I feel like I actually did it right this time, just very lightly pressing that into the skin all over, but it still has a little bit of like a sheen to it. So that's really nice. Super exciting. All right, so the eyes are gonna be super, super simple and easy today. First, I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This one is, what are you? I don't know. It doesn't say, but it's this one. It's her purple one. So if you can see that, why doesn't it say? Oh, Bling Boss, it says it on the spine right here. Okay, so I'm going in with Bling Boss, and I'm gonna take Hush Hush, which is the shade right here, and I'm literally just going to work that into my crease really, really well. So let me zoom you in. Oh, hello. All right, let me find a good brush. Yeah, so I'm gonna take the Morphe E23 brush right here, and I'm just gonna, I haven't used this palette really a ton, at least in a while, so I'm just gonna take that on my brush and then slowly buff it into my crease and kind of bring it up a little tiny bit. Okay. I was expecting it to be like intensely pigmented, which I did kind of smack a lot off. So I'm gonna put it all over my lid and then just buff it up like so. So I'm getting really excited because my book is going to be coming out in about 2.5 months. It's on pre-sale right now on Amazon, and I'm just so excited. I mean, there's still like a ton to do, but I don't know, I'm just like really freaking pumped. It has been a really long time coming just to accomplish this dream, not necessarily with this book. I mean, this book has been in the works for a while, but just the dream of publishing a book. I'm really excited because I'm also starting my romance novel, which is going to be written in July during Camp NaNoWriMo, which is like a writing forum that a lot of authors use. So I'm just so excited. Okay, so literally that's the only dusty, yeah, I guess, like, what am I trying to say? Powder eyeshadow that I'm using. And then I'm going to be using the Stila like metal eyeshadow in the shade Grace, which if you can see, it is just absolutely stunning. Like, look at that rose gold color. It's so freaking beautiful. It's like a gunmetal gray with a hint of rose gold. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to take the little doe foot, and I'm literally just going to apply that directly onto the lid, if you can see, like so. starting at the lash line right here. And then I'm gonna be slowly inching my way up. Just like that. And then I'll take the doe foot and I'll like carve out that area, but not too much. I don't want to go too high because I'm going to go in with a little brush. And with these kinds of eyeshadows, you want to make sure that you consistently look down until they're dry. So do I want this? Yes. So I'm just going to take a little brush like this with some more of that powder eyeshadow from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to lightly dust this into the crease area right where those two colors meet. And this is going to kind of buff that out as well as set that crease area. Yes, it is picking up. Sometimes whenever I do these close-up shots, my camera doesn't really like me and it tends to go out of focus. So I'm really just concentrating this on that crease area. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. All right, so the eyes and the eyebrows are done. I'm actually not going to be doing anything to the lower lash line because I want my eyes to be big and bright. So I don't want them to be squinty. And also I want it to be more of like a fresh look, even though it's cool tone and we're in the summertime, I still want it to look fresh and glowy and dewy. So we're gonna move on to the face. I'm taking my Anastasia contour kit and I'm gonna take the middle shade right here for some contour. I'm just taking a Morphe brush like this, dabbing it on in there, and then we're gonna hit the hollow points of the cheek. I always go just kind of back and forth like this, making sure I don't bring it too far down. Otherwise it tends to look more fake that way. And even though we're doing our makeup, we don't want it to look like, you know, fake. If that makes sense. And then I also add a bit around the temple area right here, up into the hairline, just kind of hitting those high points of the face where the sun would naturally kiss your skin. Because I don't know if you saw before, but whenever I didn't have my foundation on, most of the sun that I had was like up here on my forehead, close into the hairline. So these are all the areas where your skin naturally gets more of the sun. All right, and then for blush, I'm going to dive into my old school Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking this shade right here, which is Pamplemousse. Sorry if I'm like blinding you guys, but it's a really beautiful coral pinky shade, and it has a lot of iridescence to it. It's not glitter, but oh, that's pigmented. And it's perfect for summertime because it adds a really beautiful glow to your cheeks. And I try not to get too close to my mouth area, so I'll leave like this little gap right here to make sure that everything in my face is separate, if that makes sense. Because it tends to, if you get too messy with it, it'll squeeze your face together. That's not the look we're going for, not today anyways. And I will just buff this back into the contour. All right. And I'm so excited for this part because I haven't used this palette in a little while, but I'm using the Makeup Revolution and Sophie or Soph X highlighter palette. What shade should I use? I'm pretty tan right now. So I think I'm gonna use this shade up here in the corner for my highlight. I love this palette so much, y'all. It's beautiful. And the price is right. And you'll see how beautiful this highlight is in just a second. And the shades are really buildable too. So you could do more of like a natural highlight like this, or you could really just build it up. But for today, I'm just hitting that high point right there on both sides, of course. You can see a little bit. I have my sunglasses tan because we were at the pool for about 2 hours today. Gotta keep those eyes protected. Yay! And I'll put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Okay. And my nose. All right, so I'm actually gonna go in with the Pixie Glow Mist right here just because I do have a lot of matteness going on. And I want it to look a little bit more dewy, but I'm not going to use a ton. And I always do this now before my mascara so that my mascara doesn't run on my face. Just a little pro tip. And then I'll, whoa, fan myself off like a diva. Oh, yeah, that just added a little bit more dewiness, kind of set all of those powders. All right, so last up is mascara and lips, but I'll just be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. So I'm gonna plop that on really quick and then I'll be right back for lips. What a difference mascara makes, huh? So for my lips, I'm using the lip gloss by Dose of Colors. This one is in the shade Spill the Deets. How cute is that? Such a beautiful rosy pink, and it's super opaque, so don't need to put a lipstick under this if you don't want to. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, so that is it. I just have to say really quickly that it is such a hit or miss wearing lip gloss in the state of Florida, because some days it's super, super windy, and then other days it's incredibly still, and sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get. So if you happen to hit one of those windy days, then you're basically screwed because you end up having hair all up in your lips, and that's not cute. All right, everyone, so that is going to complete this makeup tutorial. I hope that you had a fun time hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.